Trevor McFur is an absolute miracle. It's like an Action 52 game remastered in HD. It's a glorious mess, the best kind of shitty game. I mean, just listen to the menu. This music sounds like it was made by accident with like zero clues how to write music, but it's great and it still has a really nice lucid quality. The graphics themselves are quite something too. The background loop points are very visible and they all clash with the enemies and their strikingly, beautifully jarring designs. Like this chalkboard tunnel mural, light blues and pinks and random shapes, signposts and chrome angel babies wearing sunglasses. It's like one of those deliberately batshit fucked up Japan only shmups, but this does not feel at all intentional. It's amazing really. Nothing about this game feels understandable. I mean, it barely even feels like it was started, yet it comes together in a way that's just such perfectly orchestrated confusion. On the sound options, I like the huge ear that's just there to represent the concept of volume, but yeah, you have 4 planets to choose from, which all must be beaten to reach the final and 5th. But the fucking animal pictures, man, my god, they're just so fucking good. They're just like big cat faces badly cropped onto military uniforms. So like you select a mission, you beat a level, and boom, fucking lion general, business leopard, this literal cat girl telling me to clean my litter train. Dude, we're fucking space pilots. This dialogue is immaculate, and just the fact that I meant to be like, oh yeah, of course, it's Trevor McFur. Yeah, that normal spaceship I was controlling had a fucking cheetahman piloting it. The face of Atari Jaguar himself, it's gorgeous, and I'm in love with shitty game Star Fox. It's stupendous, a real god tier shit show. I mean, a lot of the space backgrounds are actually fairly pretty, nice purple star clouds, but most of the enemies in these stages are just rocks and snotty goops and a bunch of random shapes like fighting company logos in space. And the boss fights are just these huge damage sponges, which just have one never-ending attack pattern that you just sort of gotta brute force your way past. I'd say just save all your special weapons for these guys and then just mindlessly let them off and hope for the win. But I mean, their designs are actually pretty cool though, like this balled up mecha dragon, this green bug robot, this weird armor deity. They're like some really cool cheesy kaiju type designs, but my god, the audio that plays during the boss fights, is this boss music? Their battle cry? My Jaguar dying a slow arduous death by the way of Persona Star Trek? Oh yeah, and this was a launch title, so I guess if you weren't into Cybermorph, you could go out and buy Trevor McFur instead. The balls on Atari to send this out on the front lines is astounding, and it was surely not a roomy production timeframe for whoever was behind this one. I mean, yes, this game was obviously not finished and not even near started. So really, you cannot blame it at all for its faults, you should just enjoy it for what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of special weapons, one for each number pad button, and starting each level refills them by 1, with enemies occasionally dropping them. You've got shields and beams and boomerangs and assistant ships and spinning bombs and spreading arcs and fucking magnet. They're all quite varying in usefulness. The AI ships and the shields are your best, as they usually are. But having them all mapped to each number pad key means you not only gotta remember which number is which weapon, but also gotta try pressing them through midway playing a shmup. And yes, as you can see, there is no level design, it's just this huge 5-minute butt rush of enemies, sporadically swarming with seemingly no thought, like, look at these crazy patterns, goddamn, there's like no sane thoughts behind them, just plopped anywhere. It's incredible how weird it feels to play a game where every little thing feels so confused and out of place, like it's all been randomized. It's fascinating. The grey swamp level with these stationary spitting plants, the flying skulls, and man, the fucking mudman is terrifying. Jesus fucking Christ. It's like an actual human, what the shit, Jesus. Your basic shot upgrades are also surprisingly a must, I would say, as in its most powerful form, your basic shot becomes this spread arc that's great for keeping the enemies from even getting on screen, which you kinda need to do. Yeah, this game is pretty unforgiving. No clue how you're meant to beat the 4 main planets and then the final one on just the 3 lives, but hey, it'd be an insane feat and I almost want to try it, but god, I'd be impressed if it was even possible. I like this mountain planet though, with that sky that's honestly gorgeous in the background there. Shame about the floor rock anus farts that you can never see coming because the foregrounds block them. And there's a fly through the rings bonus round too, which I really did not expect, but it's pretty fun in how it like builds up speed. But yeah, you really just gotta kill everything you see as soon as it's on screen, let as little enemies mount up and force you into an eventual corner. That's sort of why you need the maxed out basic shots. There's this ice level with falling crystals that always fall in the exact middle, so you just sort of gotta stay back and keep shooting them, alongside all the novelty Halloween spiders and pink two-legged big-headed dinosaurs and the fucking slugs. I mean, yeah, Trevor McFur is a pretty boring shmup with nothing but endless thoughtless waves of enemies, but it is also one of the most batshit, weird-ass and amazingly fucked up games I've ever played, and I'm very glad that I did. The confused lack of identity or anything concrete, it's all rather a mindfuck. It's a real masterpiece of shitty games, like the Death Crimson of Atari Jaguar, and that is a real compliment if ever there was one. I want to beat Trevor McFur one day, I really kinda do. It's this brute force sort of challenge, a real experience, a legendary kinda struggle. I recommend Trevor McFur in many, many ways. It's just that perfect amount of awful and ape-shitting enough that you don't really want to play it, but yet there's also this sort of balance of it being sort of fun enough and actiony enough that you kinda want to keep playing as well. It's both simultaneously no fun and yet also fun, and it takes a real magic to make that kind of shit work. Trevor McFur may indeed be the worst shmup I've ever played, but absolutely an experience I would have again.